Hello, everyone. Welcome back to People of Young Living. Today we have with us Erica, who is going to share with us her Young Living story. So tell us, Erica, how did you first get started?
Hi, thank you for having me today, Yvonne. It's such a pleasure and honor to come on your YouTube channel to talk about this. How did I started with this Young Living journey? It would have it really dates back to the year 2003. I was spending quite some time in Singapore, and at that moment, my really good friend Pamela, she was also in Singapore. We were spending like about a month uh, doing a lot of soul searching, and that's when she found this lady called Frances Fuller, whom we all know is a Royal Crown Diamond in Singapore. What Frances was doing was Frances has just got into Singapore, and she actually brought some Young Living essential oils with her, and she was actually teaching about the raindrop therapy. So Pamela brought some oils back, and she used to kind of like bless your pillow, may you sleep well. And I was very amazed with this bottle of Young Living essential oil because personally I've never liked spa. When I go to massage or when I go to a spa, I usually do not use their essential oils because it gives me a headache. But when she started doing that on my pillow, and I was like, no, I really don't fancy aromatic scent because it doesn't make me feel good. But I was very surprised that few days I didn't have any adverse reaction to the scent, and I didn't had like I wasn't feeling uncomfortable. I actually began to look forward to the scent, and so we explored different essential oils that Frances Fuller had with her, that very limited range at that time. That was in 2003 or 2004, one of those years. And I remember I thoroughly loved Lady Sclario. Okay, that was the blend that Gary Young formulated just for women. It's a scent for lady, and supposed to wear it as a scent so that you elevate your confidence, you feel more pretty. And I remember that scent. It was really memorable. And so we spent 1 month in Singapore experimenting with different things, essential oils being one of it. And then when we went back to Malaysia, we had a few bottles of Young Living essential oils, and we just kind of used it until it finished. And then it was fast forward to 10 years later, I think in the year 2014, when Annie magically got this by fate. I think it's all divine intervention. She got this message to attend a meeting, and it was regarding Young Living essential oils. And Annie at the time, back in 2004, also had this experience with the oils, and for like 10 years we didn't hear about it, and we didn't know anything about it, right, until it came to the shores, or was coming to the shores of Malaysia. And then we got reunited again, and I was very lucky because in the beginning I didn't have to buy my oils. I always had my stash from my dearest brother-in-law, who was the one that was buying oils every month, and he would pass them off to me, and it was from him I got my first bottle of rose. Yes. And so it didn't happen for me being a member of Young Living for a couple of months, really, until everyone around me started signing up, getting their premium starter kit, and getting really excited about it. And I was like, hey, I was getting free oils, but maybe I shouldn't be a freeloader anymore. And so to support my friends, I actually bought a premium starter kit, and I signed on immediately for the Essential Rewards program, because that was about the coolest way to stretch my dollar further with all the reward points and stuff like that. So I didn't give it much thought. I just thought, all right, something that I really liked. I was enjoying it. The diffuser every night, putting different oils into it was giving me a really nice feeling when I sleep. So yeah, that's how I started with the Young Living. It's like took me 10 years. Really.
It's amazing. But I guess that's really a testament to how awesome the products are that you remember it even after 10 years.
Yes, and so on my first essential reward order, guess what was the first one I put in? I actually put in Lady Sclerio. And I remember Pamela had some gentle baby left behind for like 10 years ago, and it still smells the same. So the oils did not change in terms of its scent and in terms of its quality. So it's quite amazing, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And so that really shows you that pure therapeutic essential oils exactly is what they tell you it is, right? Yeah. So, like right now, do you,
Yes, it is. And
yeah, so do you identify now more as a business builder with Young Living or with as a product user with Young Living? Like, do you identify more with one or the other?
okay, so 2014 was when I first started getting my premium starter kit. And you know how the magical thing about Young Living essential oils is that it carries with it a lot of vibration and energy of the plant itself, because you distill the essence of the plant right into the bottle. And with the blends especially, I feel that Gary Young did a very good job with the synergy that he puts into the blend. And energetically, it was drawing me, or rather it was drawing a lot of people to me. So what started off as me just being a user, um, using the essential oils, I started having friends asking me like, "It was this new thing that you have been using, because you are looking really happy and radiant." And when I talk about the oils, then my eyes kind of like lit up, right? So it was a very new concept at the time. So and I was actually surprised that in my household, my sister herself, she was like, "Oh, okay, I love it. I love oils too." And I was like, "Since when you started like liking essential oils?" And I didn't even know that there was this aspect of her, the other side of her, that was actually looking into other natural remedies or natural wellness. So she's like, "Yeah, I do. I have been, So more or less everybody in our everyday life, we come across essential oils from various countries, essential oils packaged in various label. But when I talk and speak about Young Living essential oils being, in my opinion, the most purest and the closest you can ever get to the plant essence, then my eyes just lit up. So I had a lot of friends asking me about it, and so they respectively bought their premium starter kit. And then it was just a very organic thing, because friends would tell friends would tell friends, like I tell three friends who bought three sets, and they went on to tell someone else. So it was like a geometric, if I were to put a mathematical term into it, it's like a geometric progression thing. So it's like 139, 27, 80, 240 something, so it just grew. And then the next thing I know, I was on a plane with three other friends to Utah for silver retreat, and they were like, "How did we end up here?" And I was like, "I've got no idea." It's like, really, and I had achieved silver rank at that time, and we were rewarded with this incentive trip to go to visit our Mona farm in Utah. And that's where we learn more about the culture, about the company, and about the city seal principles, what are the pillars. And so we ended up there. We had a really good time, and they were asking, we're getting this check. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting this check as well." And we got this trip, and it's like, "Yeah, isn't it great?" Like, was really beautiful hotel in like and we'll put up there. And so we had the time of our life. And when I came back, that was when I seriously looked at my organization. I feel very grateful and very blessed to have this additional check. So instead of my monthly expenses of having to pay for my essential rewards, I ended up now having much more, and from there I began to look seriously into the business model. I suffered this huge stigma in the beginning because of the business model, but somehow or other, over the years, it took me about, I mean, after understanding it, I believe that, you know, this is like royalty income for life. You know, if I'm going to be paid for something that I would have done back in the year 2014, right? So, I mean, I didn't know that concept because, you know, I was a accounting graduate. You know, when I got married, I had my kids. So for 20 years, I wasn't doing anything. So I didn't give much thought to the business aspect of it. But because of this trip to Utah, I came back and I started looking at it. And that's when I started to offer what would be Young Living's full menu to everybody. So instead of just sharing about how blessed I am to have the essential oils change my life, my lifestyle, my concept towards wellness, I also now share about how it has blessed me, you know, with a passive side income. And because of that, I started sharing with friends. I had a few leaders groomed from there. So they have also like started on this wellness journey and then rank up and become very independent leaders on their own. And so that's how my organization actually grew over the years. So I'm at this point definitely not just a product user. I am also a business builder for my Young Living business model. I have taken 2020 as a year to kind of like slow pace down a little bit because I want to reassess my marketing skills. You know,
yeah, that's important.
I want to kind of like reassess my marketing skill. I feel that in this time and ahead, we have to embrace something different. Of course, we have really a number of Royal Crown diamonds. You know, even our leader Annie, it's a very good role model to look up to on the way she handles her leadership skills and the way she runs this Young Living business. I somehow, of course, you know, you have to look at people who have succeeded before, right? And kind of like take it down to see what they're doing and model after them. So that is a very good step to start off with. In this year, of course, although challenging to many industry, Young Living has, however, experienced this exponential growth, which also throw a lot of challenges for us because now we are facing quite a lot of issues with availability because we're talking about natural resources here, right? So for me, 2020 was a step back to actually sharpen up my marketing skill, to learn about how it is that I could bring my business model from just being a one-to-one, you know, sharing with people one-to-one to maybe one-to-many. And this is really made possible by the fact that now everybody are quite happy to hop onto a webinar or they hop onto a Zoom meeting, you know. So I actually at a phase when I'm looking at that. So hopefully I'll be able to craft some campaigns coming up soon.
You will. Got it. Magical.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were on the same silver retreat, right?
We were, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We were on the same silver. It was amazing.
Out together.
Yeah, that's how really that's how we started our overseas hanging trip out together, right?
Our annual overseas trips. Yeah, and that's what
I know.
With this channel, you know, that idea and that feeling of community that we've had. Now that we can't travel, you know, on YouTube, that's fine. Yeah. So,
yeah. Now we hang out virtually every Sunday. So if you are interested to come hang out with us on our Sunday tea time or chit chat, you know, Yvonne you can probably leave a link, you know, for them to join us on our Zoom where we can share. Well, we basically just talk about everything under the sun. Sometimes, you know, about our stuff, but it's always very oil related because oil is infused in our blood, so you can't really quite run away from that. Yeah, the community is amazing, you know. So one of the things that I always like to promote to friends, you know, when I'll tell them, you know, the one thing you get from buying a premium starter kit directly from Young Living is that you have access to a community of people. Yes, there are other avenues, you know, people will find to get their essential oils online somewhere else, but it doesn't beat the guaranteed quality of it coming straight from the warehouse, right? And it will also allow you to be in a tribe of wonderful people. And it's not just one tribe, it's like there is so many subsets of it, there's so many related tribes, you know. You want to trace to somebody in America, there's so many groups in between. Even if you want to have European groups, we have related European groups, you know, to even in our Asia, we have like our China group of friends, our Hong Kong group of friends, Australia, you know, we're just everywhere. Indonesia, I'm not going to miss out all my ibus in Indonesia, you know, they're so amazing. So even though I don't quite speak their language, I'm still in their tribe, you know, finding out, knowing what's happening with them. So it's very amazing. It's an international thing. You literally can connect with everybody around the world. And every trip that we make that is a Young Living trip, we always end up with an additional list of new friends that we make at different parts of the world. And that's really amazing. Yeah, that's the beauty of it all.
Speak the same language of oils, so it's fine. You know, you could be speaking Japanese, but you all smell the same oils. You're like, and yeah, it's
yeah. You know how it's really impacted me a lot. You know, because when Young Living Singapore launched this chocolate coated wolfberry crisper, I cannot tell you how happy I am, because this one just carries with me all my memories of Utah, you know, because whenever I'm there for the convention, which I will make a point to go, this would be what I have for like breakfast and as in between snacks, you know, when you need that energy to get going. And I was really missing that this year. So when they had this product launch, I had to buy it. And when I took a bite of it, it was like, you know, it was just all the memories coming back, you know, the connection. You have to experience it for yourself, you know, go visit the farm, go to the headquarters in Salt Lake City. Even if you are just someone, a member that just got your premium starter kit, at the next available grand convention that you can attend live, go for it, because you will be blown away by all these people that turns up. You'll be blown away by what Young Living really stands for, the culture. What impresses me most really was at the convention when we have our breakout sessions in different rooms. You know, you have nursing mothers rushing from one place to another, carrying their newborn baby. You have friends who are on wheelchair, you know, trying to make through the crowd just to attend all these breakout sessions. And it's very amazing to feel the energy of everybody that is so diverse, you know, whether you are starting out as a distributor or a star even, or silver up to the Royal Crown Diamond. There is actually no distinction in that sense. You know, the love is so universal and so genuine, and that's what I really love about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's not just a box, you know, of wellness, one thing. It's plugged into this giant community, internationally and now even online, right? That you can just immerse yourself into. And the fantastic thing about them is that they're also positive minded, and they help lift your energy too, you know, because you can't hang out with people who are happy and excited and you are down, right? And we always need that sort of energy in our lives, right? Yeah. So anyways, nowadays, what is like your favorite way to use oils?
My favorite way to use oil. Okay, I am actually quite known as the rose queen because I finished one bottle of rose in like 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so rose is the one the one oil that has never left my side all these years. So what I've always done all these years was actually I use it as a scent. I would just put one drop here, and just to wear it as a scent. But recently, I have actually fallen in love with diluting rose with our B6 oil, and then I would apply that throughout my whole body. And I realized that that is so much more powerful than just putting it directly on my wrist and having it so concentrated. So one drop of rose with some B6 oil and having it all over my body, that aromatic experience is like it's so holistic, it just envelopes me like all around. So that is my recent new way of using essential oils. Rose was one of them. I would have done that with ginger and peppermint as well, diluting it and applying it to at least half of my body. Yeah. And of course, roll-ons. Roll-ons are fantastic. So Vala's my I mean, this two are like, if I get stranded on the desert and I'm allowed to bring two oils, one oil, I would bring this and sneak this in, something like that. So using it on with a rollerball is also my favorite way because it's like just so convenient, right? You just roll. So even with my original Vela, so I still have some bottles of original Vela from like long time ago. I am a hoarder when it comes to Vela. So even with the original Vela, I would pour it into a roller bottle and roll that as well. So original Vela is used only on days that is very important. Yeah, or for when I'm traveling and I don't have for when I'm traveling, and I feel like I need that additional backup kind of a support. So the original Vela goes with me whenever I travel.
Those
Yeah, that's
but yeah, I also have
very
my
precious.
original Valor Hot. I mean, it's a lot smaller than yours for sure. But definitely there are still a few bottles that I'm like, let's just check them once in a while to see that they're still there.
I hope so, because I think I'm probably the only person in the whole world that that. I still have quite a few. I'm not saying how much, but how many bottles, but
Royal
I
Crowns
still have quite.
too.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, the Royal Crowns have another Valor.
I'm pretty sure the veterans will know to have kept quite a few. Yeah, the original. I mean, not that the new one is not, but yeah, because
It's comfort.
maybe my it's comfort. It's comfort. It's like you were tuned in straight to that frequency all this while. So yeah. So Young Living Essential Oils, members of Young Living Essential Oils, I think we're very blessed, to have Gary Young as our master blender, because there is not another person I have heard of in this world that can come out with blends that is able to bring you synergies like that. There are a lot of, I wouldn't say copycats, but there are a lot of people who attempt to do it. Even I attempted doing what would be a Valor blend, but I wouldn't have been able to put in that synergy. I wouldn't have been able to create that balance. Neither could I have given it the beautiful intention and the energy that he put in. Yeah. So I think, I mean, for that, I'm always very blessed. I feel, that we had him. We had Gary with us, and his legacy is just gonna go on and on, because these are stuff that I'll just foresee myself using it to my last breath, and probably keep a stash of it, so I'll be anointed in it or embalmed in it, or whatever you call it. Going back to the old ways of how how they would have, used oils
Yep.
on,
Just like
people who has passed on. I don't know.
in like the ancient
I mean,
Egyptian tombs.
yes, and I have seen how oils had helped people, really sick people cross over. I have seen how application of frankincense on their palm actually gave them a lot of comfort during that time. So it's very amazing the energy level of our oils. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. The peace that
yeah.
they get. So yes, just to close off, if there's anything that you would say to somebody new or just starting out with the oils, what kind of advice would you give them?
I think we just have to be very open with what this can offer. When we talk about essential oils and how it's benefit to our body, we're talking about it based really on the fact that there are scientific studies done on their individual constituents. Okay, so we know that say, for example, frankincense is very high in sesquiterpene, and that's going to be very good because sesquiterpene is a chemical constituent that actually draws oxygen to your brain, so on and so forth. So that's going to clear your brain fog, things like that. But this is what scientists is able to prove, and this is what we can prove in the lab. So then people can believe in it and start using it, right? But nature is so amazing. You cannot doubt God's creation and his wisdom. There are definitely a lot more constituents that has not even been identified by the mind, by our humans, So be very open to what a bottle of essential oil can help you with, because it may be stated that, oh, we recommend that you use this when, when you want to uplift your spirit. But then again, be very open that it may open doors to a lot of other things as well, because then you're talking about it being a pocket of possibilities. So there is a lot of possibilities. The best way to learn about the oils is open it, use it, and you speak the language of the oil. It's inherent in us, you just get the download, really, the information download. It just comes to you. I really can't put it into words so clearly because it's such an experience. It was such an experience for me and still is such an experience for me. So the best thing you can do is be very open, pick up a bottle and just start using it. It's just as simple as.
Yeah, I love that one. That's beautiful. Yeah, so thank you, Erica, for sharing your time with us today. Okay, if you would like,
Thank you for inviting me.
so if you would like to check out either Erica's team, Erica, what's the name of your team? Do you have?
Oh, we are called Divine Droplets, and we have a group called Droplets of Joy on Facebook. I am at this moment, well, rather, Yvonne, Wendy, and me, we have a Telegram channel that we want to keep going by offering what I call daily droplets of essential oil wellness to everybody. So feel free to reach out to either one of us, or directly to me if you want to. We can get connected, and lots of beautiful miracles will happen.
So yeah, Erica's team, Divine Droppers. So if you want to check out my team, we're Frankincense Friends. I will put the links down in the description box, including the Telegram channel link. Okay, so that's a public channel that you can just jump on and learn more about essential oils. So if you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, everyone.